Kniber, and welcome to the Scope. The title of the Scope is, well, the topic, the question of the day is, what is the slight edge of personal finances? And what I'm doing is I'm actually referencing the book by Jeff Olson called The Slight Edge. If you've never read that book, it's a fantastic book, and I was just thinking about this yesterday. Looking forward to some great tidbits. Absolutely. Thanks for the hearts. How are you doing, Chad? Follow Rowan. I'll make sure I'll check that out, and go ahead and follow me, and I'll follow you right back there, Rowan. So the book is called The Slight Edge and the author of the book is Jeff Olson. It's a phenomenal book. It's an absolutely phenomenal book. And what he talks about that is you're never in your life, whatever you're doing, whether it's your health or it's your finances, it's your relationships, or it's, if it's your faith, if it's any different area of your life, you're never like going level. You're either going up or you're going down, okay? And what he talks about that, I think he uses the example of like going to like a fast food restaurant, like grabbing a burger. And how that works is if I go to a restaurant and I get double cheeseburger, it's not really going to have an effect on me today, but if I do it again tomorrow, it's going to have a little bit more of an effect. Now imagine if I did that 90 days straight. I had double cheeseburger, everything on it, right? So how that works is the slight edge is if someone's not doing something specifically in the positive direction, what's happening is someone's results, they're going down. All right, so I just pulled a couple statistics here real quick just to show you what just a simple habit that you could do in your finances could make a significant impact on your long-term financial well-being. Okay, so let's take a look at coffee. I'm sure we got some people on here that are big coffee drinkers. I got some friends that drink coffee. My wife is a huge coffee drinker. She brews 1 or 2 cups every single morning, and I'm sure there's other people on here that just love coffee. So there's a couple ways you could drink it. One is you could just drink it at home, and another way is actually to go to go through the drive-through, like through a Starbucks, or there's all different coffee places that you can go to. And the average amount, I don't know, we can actually do a little survey here. What do you think that the person that actually drinks coffee, that purchases coffee just on the go, how much is that average dollar amount spent every year? Does anyone have a clue on that? I'm not sure if I gave it away or not. So what do you think the average amount of coffee spent per year on people that actually drink coffee? Anyone willing to guess what the dollar amount is? $1,000. Okay. Any other guesses? Chad says 1,000. Well, those are the same. All right. So TSE says 300. Angie says 200. Chad says 1,200. Ravan says 3,000. It's actually it's $20 a week, which comes out to a little over $1,000 a year on coffee consumption, right? So about $20 a week is the average for someone that drinks coffee. Now $20 a week, that doesn't seem like a whole lot of money, right? So everyone that got right, great job. I think some of you already heard that question being answered, but look at the slight edge there. Imagine if you just bought the coffee at home and you just purchased just purchased it at the grocery store and just made it like right at home over a 5-year period. Or if you actually just went out like your normal consumption, that's $5,000 of coffee drank, of $5,000 worth of coffee that could be actually stuck away into something else, right? Do energy drinks count? That's a really good question, and you should ask someone that drinks energy drinks. So imagine it, $1,000. Would you be okay if you had an extra $1,000 in your checking account? Would you be okay if you had an extra $1,000 in your savings account, right? So that's just an example. I'm not saying that that's good. I'm not saying that's bad. It's just an example of the slight edge, okay? Another example is eating out at restaurants. We're going to go ahead and guess on this. What do you guys think? Thanks for sharing, Rowan. What do you guys think is the average dollar amount spent on eating out every year? Now that I gave you guys this idea about coffee, what do you think is normally spent like annually? What do you think is spent annually on eating out? What I mean by that is going out to dinner, going to a restaurant. Okay, so any guesses? Anyone care to guess how much is actually spent on eating out? I think you guys just wanted me to give you the number, right? Just looking for some engagement here. So the average amount per month is $219. 10,000. So it's not, so 10,000. So that's a little high. So what that comes out to is actually comes out to about a little over $2,600 a year. Okay, so about $2,600 a year on extra on money that's just spent on going out to dinner. Okay, so the average, this is just the average here, right? So the average person that goes out to dinner, JB says, I guess I eat at my better restaurants. I'm not understanding what you're saying there, JB. Maybe you can retype that up. So the average is $219 a month spent on restaurants. Okay, so are there some people that spend more? Probably, right? Are there people that spend less? Probably. So, but the average is $219 a month. Okay, so if someone's maybe not sticking money away for savings, if you just went ahead and just delayed your gratification, and I know it's hard because money is it's an emotional thing. And when you see other people going out to dinner and posting on Facebook and Twitter and all this food and dishes and going out to dinner, like you almost have. I do have Snapchat. I don't use it a whole lot, but I do have Snapchat. It's my same handle. All my social media accounts are the same handle, Nick Nybert. So you can follow me on that, and I will follow you back. So going out to dinner, $219 a month on average. If someone were to stick that away for a whole year, let's look at that amount. But let's do something even more. What is $219 a month over 5 years? You know what that comes out to? It comes out to over $13,000 just on meals going out to dinner on a monthly basis, and that's on average. JB was saying that he when he goes out to eat, he probably spends more, right? You might go out for a quality dinner. Like if I go out for a really, really nice dinner with my wife, we're talking $100, $150, right? Now, we don't do that very often. We hardly ever do that at all. We do that for special occasions, but imagine what you could do with that extra cash, okay? So the reason why I picked coffee and the reason why I picked going out are because if you have debt and you have things out there that you want to pay off, you could take that money that you might spend on coffee, you could take that money that you go out to dinner, and you could actually apply that money to your debt, because you could actually get free of debt faster, right? So if you got free of debt faster, then you can actually start sticking more money away for your future, right? So hopefully that helps a little bit. And you could look at anything, like what are some things that you maybe spend money on? JB said energy drinks. That's the same thing, like I drink energy drinks. I could completely cut that out, because that's a want. It's not a need, it's a want, all right? Coffee's a want, right? Some people might say it's a need, right? I'm sure some people would argue with me on that, the passionate coffee drinkers out there, right? If they don't drink coffee, then others will get punished. So I've heard that. So maybe you might not want to cut that out. So anyways, hopefully that helps. So what's the call of action? The call of action today is this. If you're spending money on wants, what I mean by wants is if go ahead and log online. Patrick Goldsworthy said, I found that it helps to write it all down to see the numbers as well. That is absolutely, that's fantastic advice, Patrick. Patrick is over in LA. If you haven't followed him on Facebook, or if you haven't followed him on Periscope, go ahead and follow him. He put some great stuff on his wall on Facebook. So make sure you follow him, whether it's on Periscope. Reach out to him. He's got some great content on his page. So the call of action today is look at what you're spending your money on a monthly basis. No problem, Patrick. Look at what you're spending your money on a monthly basis, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and if there's something that you can cut out, it might only be a couple dollars a day, but that adds up over a year. That's your future, right? So when someone retires when they're 60 or 65 and they don't have what they want, it might be something as simple as cutting out some wants now so you can live a better life later, right? And that's important. You know, there's so many people that aren't prepared. They're simply not prepared to leave the workforce. They're just not, and it's definitely an issue. I went over the statistics last week on how people are doing financially. So hopefully this helps. Again, my name is Nick Nyberg. You can find me on Facebook, same handle, Nick